Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep the C No podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, you got
your boy John.
And to the left of John, we got
Vito.
Okay, shout out to Vito, a.k.a.
Mr. Samuels.
Okay, shout out to that. John, a.k.a.
Brother X.
Professor X.
Professor X, Brother X, whatever you want to call it. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. This your first time being here, please hit the sub button, hit the like button. If you a regular, go ahead, leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the share button. We got a lot going on. Kid Cudi recently performed. He was closing out at the Rolling Loud Festival. They start throwing stuff at him. He walked off the stage. How y'all feel about that?
I ain't got a problem with it.
What, him walking off the stage? How y'all feel about people throwing stuff at him?
That's crazy. Don't throw nothing at me. Because if I jump down in the crowd and punch somebody in the mouth, you're going to try to sue me.
Right.
I mean, I don't blame them. It's happened to other artists, and other artists did the same thing. They walked off. I mean,
right.
They ain't there for that.
All right, now, I don't really listen to Kid Cudi music or follow him too much. He's not really my speed. But I seen on trend, it was trending on Twitter that he like had mental health issues.
Yeah.
And they were saying basically that everybody that was laughing at him or reposting it and all that doesn't know how it's going to affect his mental health. What you feel, John? Because I see you shaking your head. Pause.
Because now we got to treat him special because of that. I mean, mental health is a big issue, and I think everybody who has that should definitely get it checked out. But I mean, you're a big boy in this industry, and like you're gonna have to take the bumps and bruises with it. I mean, especially if you can't take some Twitter like comments and stuff like that. I mean, I understand that he is going through something. I mean, he needs to handle that. But I mean, I'm tired of people making stuff public about that type of stuff, though. But
the mental health thing?
Yeah, but I like them coming public that people should come forward and get help about it. Yeah. But okay. I mean, him personally, I mean, it like getting hit with stuff happens, man. And then everybody sometimes on Twitter is going to be the butt of the joke. So, I mean, it happens.
Ain't no doubt.
So we got to treat him special.
I feel the same way about it. You know, that come with the business. We as kids, we seen on cartoons, you get on stage, they throw tomatoes at you and all that. So, as kids, they programmed us to let us know you get on that stage, anything is liable to happen. You got to take anything with it, man. So, you know, you got to toughen up, I guess, man. You got anything, Vito?
I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Everybody has mental health issues to a certain extent. Think about all the people who live in the hood who deal with people getting shot every other day.
Right.
Come on, man.
That right there is a good topic right there. So you think everyone has some type of mental health issue?
Or goes
or
through it.
PTSD or something at the end of the day. Because, like, this shit is so crazy that we normalize the crazy shit.
Right.
Like, I done heard gunshots so many times in my lifetime.
You don't jump.
And I can tell what kind of gun it is from wherever it's coming from, and I don't even got to see the gun. I can tell what caliber it is.
Yeah. That's when you've been in it a lot. So yeah, that's a good topic we might need to come back and touch on. Pause. I think everybody might have some PTSD or something in them.
Or comes across it at some point in their life. Sometimes it's outside factors. You got your job, you got your girl, then you at your max, and then you do something that's not your normal.
Now let me ask y'all something real quick. Mm-hmm. Stress and depression is not mental health, is it? Because I just heard you say you got your job and everything. Because you know a job can stress you out and all. But
I think stress is the factor that can lead to aid or help. Aid to mental health issues.
But a person with depression issues, would that be considered a mental health issue? No. Do you know?
Yeah.
It would?
I think I would put it under that category. Depression.
Okay. All right, so shout out Jerry West, the logo. You know what I mean? He played back when the plumbers and mechanics and everybody was playing. He had some words for J.J. Redick. He called him out about his comments towards Bob Cousy. And he basically said J.J. Redick is a kid that averaged 12 points a game, and he's in the league because he can shoot. Y'all got anything to add to that? I mean,
I like that Jerry West put that out, but at the end of the day, they still both right.
I agree. They both right.
They both right.
yeah, but I think more so with indirectly, I think what Jerry West was saying is, nigga, you wouldn't have been a factor in our league. That's what he was trying to say.
If he could be well, not a factor, but if he could average 12 points in this league, he definitely would have been a factor back. Probably not with Jerry West, but when Bob Cousy and them played, he was definitely.
Bob Cousy and them played when whatchamacallit played, didn't they, Big O?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, them Big O would have had a field day with J.J. Redick, man. Whatchamacallit and them would have had a field day with J.J. Redick.
Ooh.
Hondo and them.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I know you.
You talking about a bunch of little guys.
But shout out Jerry West for speaking up because I feel like a lot of the guys that be saying that stuff about the guys from back in the day are just average players today. Like J.J. Redick don't got he wasn't nice where he can run his mouth like
Gilbert
that.
Arenas said the same shit.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas was okay when you look at his career.
Man. No, he wasn't.
How many good years did Gilbert Arenas have?
He had like 4 or 5. He would have had more if he didn't get in trouble.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Gilbert Arenas came in, the league was switching over, and then once it switched over,
I don't care. When
2-3 years,
over, everybody got to play at the same time. So.
Gilbert Arenas to me, he was bored, but his longevity in the league messed up his career outlook on how I look at his career.
So if you had 2-3 good years, I don't think that's bull. Because
you can be bull for 2 or 3 good years.
I mean, especially the people he gave work to.
But this is why. This is why, right? Because if I'm going to go to the next topic, but Vito, while you on your phone, look it up. What does Gilbert Arenas average for his career?
All right, before I look that up, you can't always go to career average because the longer you play or if you get, like I said, he got in trouble, so he was getting less time, your numbers go down. We got to look at it when he was bored.
All right, well, what was his numbers when he was bored? What was his highest average when he was bored?
All right, so his career he averaged 20.7.
Oh, because all right. So how many years did he average over 25 a game? What was his highest scoring average?
29.
How many years?
How many years did he score over 25 points?
Yeah,
a year?
3 years.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so if you average that out, and I don't know if we can put it on the screen, but if you average them numbers out for them 3 years. What I'm going to say is still average out to about 24, 25 points, somewhere in that range, his 3 best years. When you look at that, the reason I'm saying that, because there's a lot of guys that played in the 90s that was averaging them same numbers, and we don't even look at as superstars.
Oh, give me an example.
Off top of the head, like a nigga like Steve Smith. When Steve Smith putting up a dub, or a nigga like, Dave, you got me off top. Pause. This wasn't one of the topics we were supposed to go into. But do like Dale Ellis when he was putting up like 23, 24 for 4 or 5 year stretches. And like, we don't even talk about it.
He only averaged 20 at the most.
How about Dale Ellis? Dale Ellis up there, he had a couple years where, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to think of that. But shout out to Steven Jackson. Cade Cunningham, I guess, just dropped a rap track. He's talking about op, shoot 'em up, bang, bang stuff. Steven Jackson got on, and he ripped Cade Cunningham and players that play in the NBA that's portraying that life, rapping, gangster rap. How y'all feel about that? Was he right? Was he wrong?
Go ahead, Vito.
I feel like it don't really matter because most rappers lie anyway.
Right.
For one. For two, who was Steven Jackson? Who is he to judge on what this man rap content is about? He can rap about whatever he wants to.
Okay. So you don't care that the kids is following him?
First and foremost, if the music is entertaining and it's good music at the end of the day. Even if he's lying, like I said, most people are lying in their songs anyway. They don't really care that it's good or bad music.
I see Professor X shaking, so he got something he want to get off his chest. What you got to say, John?
No, but see, it goes both ways, though. I do agree. Anybody should be able to say whatever they want to say, but at the same time, we're still putting out that same killer nigga rhetoric. I mean, and he didn't come from that type of household when it's not needed. But yeah, at the end of the day, sure, he can rap about whatever he want, but it's not needed. And it's almost like he's like one of them brainwashed bulls that's just going along to do what, I don't know, what black men with money are expected to do. I don't know. It's just, no.
Black men with money are not expected to do that. The people who are expected to do that are people who came from the hood and work their way up. Then they don't talk about that shit no more.
Okay. But if he didn't come from that.
But we don't know that. It's easy for somebody else to say that he grew up with Cade Cunningham. Even if Cade Cunningham came from a rich family, we don't know what he did, where he from.
Right. But I'm just saying, just on the aspect, this remind me of Charles Barkley back in the day and not being a role model stuff. Does this apply to that? Because my thing is, I know a lot of kids is probably following Cade Cunningham. You know what I mean? And let's look at these kids that's following him that's like, damn, Cade Cunningham talking about shooting the ops and all that too. I could play ball and shoot people too. You don't think that's a factor?
I personally don't believe, because at the end of the day, you make your own choices, your own decisions, because nobody second guess when a guy like Bill Gates says we want to depopulate by using vaccines and viruses, and plenty of people follow him.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know, because it's like a lot of times when you see something like that with Bill Gates said it, it's like a lot of people still, I don't know if it's because somebody else is saying that Bill Gates said it, but a lot of people don't never believe it like Bill Gates actually, even when they see the videos.
The video is about 15 years old when he said shit.
Even when they see the videos, they still go against what he ain't mean it like that, or that's old, or like,
that's hard brainwashing. And that's just like I said, why he has to come out and make gangster rap. He's a biracial, not that has anything to do with anything, but I just feel as though he had a pretty good upbringing. He probably was AAU if I go and look it up.
But we're not sure he had a good upbringing, because you couldn't have two parents and struggle in the hood, right?
And then you make it to make shoot 'em up, bang bang music though.
But what if that's what he grew up on? Wow, that's probably what he gonna gravitate to.
I mean, we gotta grow and we gotta change. That's the thing where the buck needs to stop sometimes. I mean, unless you sharing a life experience in the song, like, yeah, I'm always down for that. But if you just trying to say I'm the top dog, you do this, I'm gonna do that, like,
no, if he say he riding around the block and he looking for his ops.
For what?
But maybe that can be, he could be using those words, but who's to say he ain't talking about his ops on the basketball court?
Shout out Cade Cunningham, right? Yeah. You can always hire Vito to represent you. He could be your lawyer or something.
I'm just devil's advocate on everything, because you can't just look at things in one way. He could be talking about on the court.
Okay, that's understood. What's your thoughts, people? Steven Jackson rips Cade Cunningham for, making songs, drill music, I guess it would be.
All right, well, let's look at it like this. Can people come at Steven Jackson for going to O Block for no apparent reason? Just going out there just to say, yeah, I'm out here, so he can get some clout points to say, I'm out here with these people on O Block. Everybody can't come out here.
I think that shit all the time, bro.
But that's what's the purpose of that?
A lot of these internet people do that clout chasing to be with these type of people to show that they associated.
Yeah, it's all clout chasing.
I agree with that.
So shout out Vito again.
I don't always
Steven
agree with
Jackson
Steven Jackson. I don't, but I think some of the stuff he does have to say is good.
Street juice?
Huh? Yeah, that's just street juice.
Yeah. So let's talk real quick. Supreme Court.
Oh, man.
They voted that state prisoners no longer can present new evidence in federal court to support their appeals, to get a new trial and all of that. Keep it a C note. How you feel about it?
Well, let me go first, John, because I know you're about to go crazy. I personally feel like they're trying to cover their tracks because they're seeing all these people coming up off these cases that they were wrongly accused of, and the cops fucked evidence up. So they're trying to cover their tracks so they don't look bad, or the city don't get sued and all that bullshit. Right. At the end of the day, they're just trying to keep the black people down.
Right.
Or people in jail, period.
People that's locked up. They don't want to let too many people go home. Basically, that's how I feel about it. And especially them dudes that they really wanted.
Yeah.
That they cases might have been a little flaky.
Yeah, like what's the boy from Chicago? His name's slipping my mind.
Hoover.
Yeah, Larry Hoover.
Larry Hoover.
Like they see how hard they pushing, and they feel like it's close.
Right.
So they trying to keep the. And if you seen how they got him, they used illegal wiretaps in the visitor's badge when they visited him in jail.
Right. So what I'm saying is that evidence don't come out at first, right? That they used illegal, they did this, that, and the third. He get found guilty. We find out they did a bunch of illegal stuff. You telling me I can't present this for a new trial?
Exactly my point.
Like, you got to be kidding me.
But see, I'm not sure if there's some fine lines, because this was brought to us by the great Uncle Tom of the highest order, Clarence Thomas, Justice Clarence Thomas, from the Supreme Court.
Get him, Professor. Get him.
Like I think this is a something bad. It's bad for black folks, and it's definitely aimed and directed strictly for us, because the biggest thing and reason why a lot of guys will take their trial from state to federal for the main two reasons is because you had an ineffective trial lawyer,
right,
or you had a judge that was like ignorant or racist,
right.
Yes, you do have the chance of going to federal court and having a racist judge and a jury, whatever. Yes, you do have a chance, but that cuts all that off. What Clarence Thomas wants, he wants the state to handle it all. He's like, so if the state fucks up, you fuck up with the state, or you don't have that that representation set up, or you don't explain this, that, blase to the lawyer right on the first trial, then that's on you. And it's kind of messed up.
And it got to do a lot with them old cases, like this guy been locked up 22 years, but now new DNA finds him innocent. They don't want none of that.
Prisons are the new slavery. So, I mean, it's cheap labor. So why would we be at a high chance to get these guys out right away? They're not.
Right.
They want to keep those guys in. And that really applies. I know a lot of these southern states.
And shout out to that, though, John, when you say these prisons are slavery, because a lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that you get that is made from prison. Beds, shit
United
like
States,
that.
one of the biggest manufacturers.
Yeah, clothes. Yeah, they definitely make a lot of stuff in them prisons. So
and they get paid slave wages.
Right. They get cents. Because I know when I was upstate, you get the max you can get is 42 cents an hour.
But yeah, I think that shit is aimed at black folks. It's not good. And they kind of snuck that in during I forget how to pronounce that school's name. The Uniblad school shooting with the kid when
Uvalde.
Yeah. So they snuck that in right around that time, like where people weren't really noticing what the ruling with the where the federal courts don't want to hear anything from the states as far as like retrials or trying to get present new evidence or something based off of bad representation or whatever.
Yeah. So. All right. So what's your thoughts, people? Supreme Court, they saying that you can't present new evidence no more. You can't when you take your case to trial on appeal and all that. How y'all feel about it? What do you think is the reason for it? Keep it casino with us while we talking about new evidence and all that, John. I know you wanted to talk about the city of Philadelphia, the violence. Me, you, and Vito have had on air. We talked about the drill music. Was it a factor? Was it not? You say yeah. I used to say no with Vito. I used to agree, but now I'm starting to look at things a little different after I done seen certain videos. But would you want to? I know you got some numbers about Philly.
I
was
with the
saying, violence.
Especially about that rap. I definitely think like social media and that drill music is definitely they're using social media to get at one another. Let the other know, like I did this and I'm gonna rap about it. You see it now. It's your turn. So, but Philly, we got too out of hand. We're over 300 murders already. We still got 5 months left.
Right.
I mean, and we're on pace for what, about 562 murders, but that changes like every couple of weeks because like it's unexpected murders that we get all the time. 500 that we getting 560 murders.
Right.
Yeah. I just think it's like It's a lot of KKK ass niggas out there. I'm gonna put it like it is. Man.
What does that mean?
Like we black folks, we don't value other black folks' life, and we are so quick without patience, just so quick to take out another nigga's life, even if it's just some quick dissing. This, that, and the third, isn't it? You be like, I run this block. Like, it's so many other people that actually run your block, but y'all don't stop those people. But us people, I mean, I don't know. We're our own biggest threat for no apparent reason at all.
What you got, Vito?
You can't blame the drill music because it was years in past years before drill music came out when the numbers were higher of deaths in the city.
Well, I think they said the highest has been in the last from the last couple years to our time was in 90.
Yeah.
I think they said 90 was the last time they hit over 500 homicides.
Yeah.
Before recently. You know what I mean?
Last
So it
year.
was before last year.
Last year we had 551.
That's what I'm saying. So we've had a lot of bodies in the city, Vito, but we've never not this 500 number that we starting to peak at every year.
But what I'm saying is that shit been going on for years, way before drill music came out. So you can't blame the music.
Yeah, but the numbers is up now with the drill music.
But
and
the
I used
drill
to
music,
think like
I'm
you.
sorry, they using that. It's a big tool, bro. And a lot of these bulls is getting killed because of the dissing off of the drill music.
But it comes back to what I told y'all. It's all about the money. These kids is so poor because at the end of the day, right, drill music is the new wave of music. So that's the type of music most of the kids is going to make, whether you in Philly, New York, Chicago, most of these cities, that's the wave for these kids, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, these kids are really rappers. They're trying to get record deals. Yeah. But what comes with drill music is dissing these people, dissing the dead that we done killed, and all that comes with it, bro. And but their main goal is they're still trying to get out the hood. They're still trying to get record deals and shit like that. But this is what, if you make drill music, you gotta shoot them up bang bang shit. Because these young boys nowadays, as soon as you make a song that's hot, they gonna check your profile. If you not like that, they gonna dish you. Yep. And then that's where that shit gonna go from right there, bro. And I'm telling you, I've just shout out my guy Chico because he put me on all these videos that I didn't even know a lot of this stuff was happening in the city.
At the end of the day, you cannot make a drill song about another block if you don't have no issue. If I'm from A block and you from B block and we're cool, I can't make a drill song about you because we're cool. But if we got an issue with C block, I could make a drill. So the issues already be there. It don't be like, oh, I'm gonna just make a drill song about any block and then it become an issue. Some of
them have issues. Some of them niggas just come up. Bro, some of these, like...
You just said make a song about the dead that they killed. That means that person's already been dead.
But what I'm saying is, you got new kids that just come up every day. It's a lot of kids out here getting killed because they're trying to make drill songs. They're not about that life, and they mention other niggas, and they get at them. That's what I was saying.
No, but there might be issues that might have started prior to the drill music, but the drill music might be the tool that's keeping it going, though.
It is what's keeping it going.
Once you let a shot off at somebody...
because once you kill somebody or whatever, that was the done deal. But now I gotta go make a rap about it. Now we gotta keep that's the tool. Now we gotta keep it going because you're gonna see it.
Listen, Vito, if your block beefing with another block, it's already high attention. Y'all killed my man, it's high attention. But now I'm talking about these kids, I had no idea. These kids getting 250K views on their videos. So everybody is knowing about the op pack that we just smoked and all. So as you, from that block, your man got killed, and the whole world know about it, and these guys is disrespected, it's going to make you 10 times more hotter,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about, do you think the boys know about it?
Yeah, they know about it.
They watching the same thing we watching.
Yeah, they know about it. The cops know about everything. We have a problem with the DA and the commissioner in the city where they don't see eye to eye. We got a mayor that already said sometimes
he wants out.
You know what I mean? So the city is at an all-time high. But yeah, you ain't gonna tell me if these kids is telling on themselves like that, like putting that shit in music, they know. Yeah, the cops know when they get on there. When I've seen multiple times on the news where they say this is all from a couple of gangs, this gang, that gang, so they know what's going on.
And the cops listen to the same music we listen
So
to.
you're saying even still to this day, even in Philadelphia with these Philly rappers, they're getting caught up with their lyrics and getting booked.
They're getting booked.
Yeah.
Some of them getting booked. Some of them are getting booked. What I'm saying is the cops know. It's like the cops know when Malcolm was going to get smoked that day. Like, they know a lot more. Like, these people is on Instagram all day. Mm-hmm. And if my thing is this, if your name is ringing, everybody's talking about you. You think the police ain't on your live and all that? Like, so when y'all going back and forth on live talking about, oh, we gonna spend the night and all, they know, but they not preventing this shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's weird. But I
was about to say, what do you think could be a preventable measure for that?
But I was going to ask y'all, because remember back in the day we had safe streets, right?
Yeah.
Where trailers was on different blocks, high drug areas and all that. And it did run a lot of people off. Do you think, because this era a little different, they don't really hang on corners too much like we did, but could Safe Street, like putting cops in these high zones, these violent zones, like curb something?
Could. I don't think it would stop 100% of it, but it could slow it down.
What you think, John?
I mean, I think it would definitely slow it down. It's a shame in my mind that I'm thinking that we would have to resort and come to that, but I mean, I do think it would slow stuff down.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the parenting thing with these kids that's running wild. So let me ask you this, right? If a law was implemented state to state, where if a kid underage does any type of crime, selling drugs, robbing somebody, homicide, aggravated assault, he does that after curfew hours, that his parent gets charged with conspiracy, do you think that these parents would pay more attention to their kids?
Yeah, but it ain't gonna stop shit. Because if I'm a kid and I know that my parent will get charged, that ain't gonna stop me from doing no fucking
But you
dirt.
still gotta go home that night.
No, you don't.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I figured y'all would say that. Now, this is a part two to the question, because a lot of times, we've talked about this multiple times. Oh, I would never send my child away. I would never. So now your child is out of control, and these people can charge you, and you do the same time your child is doing for the crime. Do you think more people that can't control their kids would be sending them to these group homes and these juvenile facilities? Keep it a C-note.
They would, but I wouldn't.
It would be a lot of parents calling whatever number they need to call and be like, yo, I can't control my child. They're out of control. I need to, whatever y'all services y'all going to do, take them.
Vito, you and I, when we went to Slayton, is around the time where they started that truancy thing where they was trying to lock parents up for
kids.
A lot of them kids that was up there with us and Du Bois.
Yeah, they whole unit.
Yeah, I know they was all kids, but a lot of them kids, their parents was getting them sent there because they didn't want to get locked up for them not going to school. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, a lot of times and I'm still not with it, but a lot of times the parents be like, nah, I'm not getting my kids sent away because there's no repercussions on them. So what I'm saying is, if these parents can get charged with conspiracy, if my son go out there and smoke somebody at 12 o'clock at night and he not supposed to be out there, I can get charged with it too. You don't think these parents would put more of a clamp on their kids?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, some shit you can't stop. Like, even if you know all that being said, how can you stop your child from what, you gonna lock him in the house?
But what I'm saying, no, you're not. But the average parent, once they see that they can't reach their child, they're not going to get them sent away. That's what I'm saying. It's just a different mentality. When I'm saying if it was repercussions on you.
That's what I'm saying. Even if, like I said, at the end of the day, if your child is just out of control, even if you say, like I just said, if you're going to lock him in the house, even if you try to lock him in the house, that one time when he finally chills out, and you allow him to go back out, that's all it takes. Because you're not going to keep him in the house forever.
But my only fear of that is something that we talked about on the episode before, because all it takes is one incident for a kid to go, like, wild, and he's, like, in the street. So let's say my child does go, my child is fucking up with truancy or pass out curfew. That parent calls the cops or whatever. And then that kid goes to jail. And then guess what? From that point on, that kid's a menace. Instead of getting some proper help
Yeah, but that kid might still be a menace if you don't pay him no mind anyway.
That's true.
But my thing is this though, Vito. With I want to piggyback off what you said. He could get into something when you finally let him out. But at least he's finally getting let out. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these kids don't have that these days. There's no parents telling the kids they got to stay in the house. It's none of that happening these days.
It's some of that, but some of these kids just don't give a fuck and they going out anyway. And if you don't want me, they'll just go stay at somebody else.
So what I'm saying is, and there's no repercussions on the parent. So at the end of the day, they're gonna treat it like you're saying. If there's only so much I can do, I gotta let my son or my child be their own person. That's how most people going to look at it.
Like I said, even if it is repercussions on the parents, at the end of the day, you say you put your child on punishment for 6 months. That next day when you finally let him out, he can go out and do some shit. So at the end of the day,
but it doesn't bounce back on you, because what I said is if crimes, if you do crimes during curfew hours when they're not supposed to be, because a lot of these kids are shooting up stuff 2, 3 in the morning, and they're 15, 16. So what I'm saying is that's curfew hours. The parents can get charged. Something different where I let you go out in the
I'm talking about in the scenario you're talking about. If I finally let him go out and it's past curfew and he do some dumb shit, at the end of the day, what the fuck can a parent do?
But let me ask you a question. This is sad, but do you think there's any parents that are actually scared of their kids?
Yes. It's a lot of these parents scared of their kids. And like me and you had a conversation with a couple of the fellas the other day.
That's what I was just thinking about.
And like I told you, I know kids, when them kids, young boys and they want to be around the older guys, or the parents is laughing when the kids is cursing and doing disrespect. 9 times out of 10, them be the ones that grow up that be bad as shit. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times the parents condone it.
But on the flip side, the parents that are afraid of the kids are the parents that can't control them guys because they scared of them.
Yeah, but sometimes it comes from you never tried to control them. Because how many kids, especially today, how many younger parents you see where their kid, you will think that's their little brother or something like that. The way they treat them, like the way they don't interact as parents. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that happens a lot. You see that a lot.
And then if the kid is with mom, how much fear do you think a mom, I've seen moms do it, can instill in their kid, though?
A strong mom can still instill fear in their kid.
To a certain extent, to a certain age. And then after a certain age, fear no longer works. Beatings no longer work. You have to start using different texts, like taking shit. Whatever they love the most, you got to take away. But once they get to a certain age, none of that shit matters, man.
Right.
Tell these courts that, man, because these kids need their fucking father, not a fucking paycheck.
Exactly.
Right.
And a paycheck that ain't making much of a fucking
they need
difference.
their dads, man.
Yeah, I mean, they do need their dads, but they need that money, too. They need that money because, like I tell you, man, things should be...
I was reading something that they're trying to pass now. I'm going to send y'all some...
About
that they're trying to get child support from birth. I mean, while the woman's pregnant. Yeah. While she's pregnant, to start... we ain't do no DNA test, no nothing, but we can start some child support.
But they kind of do it now anyway. Like, for example, if your baby mom goes down child support court today, but you don't get found, like you don't finally go to court. Like what month we in? July,
right?
So you don't go to court till December sometime. The whole time you're getting taxed, even though you're not on child support. You're still getting taxed. So as soon as you get on child support, you're in the rears anyway. So it's a setup from the gate.
It's definitely a setup. And my thing is with that Roe versus Wade. Now, if it's going to stop a lot of women, black women, all women, let me stop that, all women from getting an abortion. So what's that going to lead next? That state is going to get some money because if the father and the mom is not working out, guess what? We get some child support money. And but they always get a cut of that. they get a nice cut of that. They did
just say something about, I think somebody commented on the post last week, one of the posts, and said something about, they talking about still doing birth control for states and all that.
But then I hear that they trying to take away like prophylactics and birth control and stuff like that from a lot of places. Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
scarce.
But you know it, like Vito always said, you can make a conspiracy out of anything. So
I'm waiting to see.
We've been hearing that, but I don't know. I ain't seen nothing in writing.
I still see them Plan Bs in CVS and stuff like that, so they still there. So,
yeah,
and they still got condoms.
So you in CVS shop for Plan Bs, huh?
No, man. I got one in the oven, people.
Yeah, so. Shout out to that to John's one in the oven.
Yeah, I got
congratulations.
one in the oven coming in December.
You know what I mean?
To young X.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what do you think, people? Answer some of them questions for us. Operation Safe Street. If you're from Philly, you know it. Do you think it would curb some violence if they brung it back? If they start charging the parents for crimes committed by juveniles after curfew hours, do you think parents would tighten up on their kids, keep the C note? Them boys, they recently got their rings, the Rams. I don't know if y'all seen it. It been everywhere. Them things were smart.
You're not seeing. You sent it to us.
Yeah,
I just making sure, people. But listen, we done did every position. Pause, AFC, NFC. Let's get to the coaches. AFC right now, going into the season. Who's the top 5 coaches?
All right. I'll go real quick. And I'm glad you said that because this is not greatest coaches. This is just going into the season.
Yeah.
So I got number 5, AFC, Bill Belichick. Then I got Zach Taylor.
Okay.
Then I got Sean McDermott.
Okay.
Then I got Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
And then I got my man Andy Reid at number 1.
Okay. Shout out to that. What you think, Vito?
My number 5, I got Mike Vrabel.
Okay.
Number 4, I got McDermott.
Okay.
Number 3, I got Tomlin.
Okay.
Number 2, I got Andy Reid.
Okay.
Number 1, I got Belichick.
Shout out to that. Vito, I at first I said, Vito might be on point. We might got the same list. 5, I got Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
4, y'all being disrespectful because everybody got hurt last year, but he's still a good coach. John Harbaugh. My number 3, Tomlin.
Damn, I forgot about Harbaugh.
Mike Tomlin. My number 2, Bill Belichick. My number 1, also Andy Reid. What's your thoughts, people, right now?
Let me get a honorable mention to Doug Peterson, because what he did for that Eagles team and the way he won, and the motherfucking balls he had to call them plays on. I've never seen a coach call that many 4th down plays in my life. So shout out to Doug.
Shout out Doug Peterson.
And I know this is the moment we all been waiting for. Go ahead for the NFC.
NFC, top 5 coaches in the NFC right now. Keep it to see, know who you got.
Number 5, your man is in there because he out of the 5 years, 2 of them he was the pair. He was in the NFC championship. So I got your man Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
And then number 4, I got, of course, the Eagles, Nick Sirianni. But I mean, I got my beast with yes. I don't care. Eagles are always going to make my list, bro.
No, I don't have a problem with the list. But how can you say all that we said about Shanahan and then put a motherfucker who ain't done half the shit he done in front of me?
Because I'm not wearing.
Yeah,
we the Eagles because you saying friend. You know that this list, you know. But Nick Sirianni, I had to put him on there. I'm an Eagles fan, so
shout out to that Eagles fan. Shout out to that.
I mean, he was going to be on there.
Let me say something real quick, man. Listen, y'all, he be putting his neck out there. Pause. So Eagles fans, when he does do that, like, man, have his back. Y'all don't be
don't have his back. Keep it a fucking
C-note. Because I bet he's not. Nick Sirianni's not on either one of these guys' list.
Negative.
See? Okay.
Nick ain't on his own list. He got to put his own stuff on
all right,
list.
so number 3, I got Todd Bowles for Tampa Bay going into the season.
Yep, call him Oouuber.
No, Tampa Bay loaded. No.
With them being low, they got to do the
their coach is coming back.
Who, Arians?
Yeah.
That's all right. It was still Todd Bowles.
Yeah, Bowles they coach now.
Brother, man, go ahead, brother.
That's what that's about. Okay.
And number 2, my man from Green Bay. What's his name? Matt
LaFleur?
Yeah, he's number 2. And number 1, your boy, man.
Say it with your chest.
Your boy, man. Sean McVay.
Okay.
Man.
Hold on.
Okay.
Are you giving his coach the go-ahead because he just won a Super Bowl?
No, Sean McVay, I like his coaching style, that fast pace.
Okay.
He's very innovative coach.
He brought new. Do you know who young boy he is?
Who?
But
Shanahan.
He don't come.
Okay,
he don't
and
do
Shanahan was on my list.
That's the fuck he does.
No,
he
now,
tries.
Now the question is that Does Brown have Kyle Shanahan on his list?
Yeah, I got
course he
Shanahan.
does.
I
Okay.
got Shanahan.
He
All
might
right.
He might be crazy, but he ain't stupid.
My number 5, shout out Cliff Kingsbury. I got Cliff Kingsbury,
Okay.
Arizona. My number 4, Kyle Shanahan. My number 3, Pete Carroll. My number 2, Matt LaFleur. And number 1, come on, man. He's a champion.
Can I
Sean
tell him
McVay.
why I'm biased against Pete Carroll?
Why?
Wow.
Because, man, he stopped Marshawn Lynch from getting an MVP. I know y'all can laugh all y'all want, man. He messed up the Super Bowl. F him. He would never be on my goddamn list for that
Dang.
shit. No, I'm sorry, because he should have ran the ball on that play, and he had a down to play with, and he
sound like he lost some money on that.
the strength that they
in
went
the
and-
Super
hold-
Bowl,
listen to this.
who would gamble like that?
On the strength that they went and got Charlie Whitehurst or Whitehorse and paid him all that fucking money.
Yeah, but
and
it
Russell
didn't matter
Wilson
on that play.
Hold on. Russell Wilson was like a 4th or 5th round pick.
Right.
And he still started Russell Wilson.
I give him so much credit, but I'm sorry, I'm biased because of that play, man. He wanted to make Pretty Boy Floyd Russell Wilson
Man.
MVP.
Shout
True
out
or
to-
false?
He was trying to get Russell some extra money.
Exactly,
Brian.
because
It's a quarterback's league, man.
because if
You know that.
Marshawn Lynch would have got that touchdown, then what? It was a possibility.
Yeah, that don't mean.
Now, but
they
if
don't
all right, so let's talk hypothetically. If he was to get that touchdown, do you think Marshawn Lynch would have got the
No.
MVP?
No, I think Russell Wilson still would have got it.
So what's the problem with still running that
For
play?
example, like in their Super Bowl,
So
I feel like Aaron Donald should have got the MVP, but he
Okay.
didn't.
Okay, so let me
They don't care for much for defense as much as offense. I don't like that about the NFL, but go ahead.
So my thing is, what if Pete Carroll handed the ball off to Marshawn Lynch 2 times and they got stuffed? Then what?
That's my thing.
He would have been on. If he would have got stuffed, he would have
Yeah.
been number 3 on my list. That I would have just said.
Okay. Who you got,
Who you got,
Vito?
Vito?
Listen, just
Let
before I even say
me get
anything,
my phone out.
I got my whole division in this motherfucker.
Okay, shout out to that.
Number 5, I got Kingsbury.
Okay,
All right.
As you had your whole division in there too. My number 4, I got Pete Carroll.
right.
My number 3, I got Sean Payton.
Okay,
My number 2, I got McVay.
okay.
And Shanahan, number 1. Of
Oh,
course.
But let me ask you this now.
Of course.
Sean Payton ain't coaching right now, ain't he? Out.
He still he still was the coach for what's the name before he left.
let me ask you a question though. For him to be a number 1 on your list, out of 5 seasons, he had 3 losing seasons. But 2 of those seasons, he did
Man,
go to the
he
NFC
biased.
Championship.
Hold on.
He did go
Hold
to
on,
the
hold
NFC
on.
Championship
Has
twice.
he not? How many times he been to the NFC Championship?
Twice out of those
How many
5
times
years.
he been to the Super Bowl?
What, once?
Okay, and you say he had 2 losing seasons?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Wasn't our starting quarterback
He
out?
was on my list.
the whole
I was
season?
just making sure that you had him in the right place,
And-
man.
and-
Number
But-
1.
Let me go off what you saying, right? Two years y'all went to the championships, 1 Super Bowl, right? We went to 2 NFC championships. We went to 2 Super Bowls, and we won 1. All with
I was
McVay
about
in that
to-
same time. So what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
okay. Y'all
What
went
are you
to
talking
y'all
about?
went to 2.
Y'all went to 1.
Y'all won 1, right?
Yeah.
All right. But in between then, how many times have you been in the playoffs?
We only ain't make the playoffs 1 year with Sean McVay.
Okay.
1 year. So we've been in the playoffs every year, baby
Well,
boy.
my bias put him at number 1. So
Shout
he
out
even
to
number
that.
1 or number 2.
Shout out to that. I
All
keep
right.
it with you. Gonna keep it.
So he gonna be
even.
either number 1 or number 2. Well, at
Okay.
the end of the day, he damn sure ain't number 5,
Oh.
and your man damn sure ain't number 4.
Okay, shout out to that. Shout out to that.
No shout out to that.
You know, at least he keeping a C note to say he being biased this week.
I am being
Like,
biased.
now, you know, I'm
Maybe-
talking
maybe-
about Vito. At least
Vito.
he's keeping it a C note, saying that you know, his guy number 1 because of bias. But what's your thoughts, people, coming into the NFL season? Who is the top 5 coaches right now in the NFC? Keep the C note with us. Conspiracy Corner. We got anything for Conspiracy Corner, John? What you got going on?
What I do have an issue with, and
Let
I
me see
think
that,
it's
Vito.
crazy. I think it's crazy that nobody's paying attention to this. And I know Vito, you up on this. Is that why does United States food? One, I always say that we're the sickest nation, not the nastiest, but we're the sickest nation.
Right.
But there's a difference. But we're the sickest nation, and it's for a reason. Why have we not caught on that all the added preservatives that we have in our food in the States as opposed to other countries?
Right.
Like other countries, you get the same thing. You get a Snickers, you get a Kit Kat, you get some ice cream, you get whatever. The same ingredients are not going to be the same. And there's going to be a lot less on those foreign countries.
And in them foreign countries, a lot of the stuff that's not in they stuff is the bull crap that we not supposed to have.
Exactly.
It's outlawed in other countries.
Right.
Fries and all this shit that black folks don't know how to pronounce. Like, we don't know that shit.
I tell you, that's listen. Like we was talking about earlier, depopulation. They're trying everything that they can to find a way to depopulate. When in all actuality, it's not that it's too many people. It's too many people in certain areas. Because if you've been in Middle America, Montana, Colorado, Idaho, all spots like that, it's nothing but open land with nobody living on it. So it's definitely enough space.
Y'all better watch out because Bill Gates might own
So
some of
wait.
that land.
So you just saying they're not trying to depop around the world? Because that would be my thing. Like,
no, they're not around the world.
You just think it's America?
It's just an American thing because, like you said, they don't have half the shit we got in the foods over there. They don't deal with half the shit we deal with. Like, I got a homie who played overseas, and he said, like, they show black people so much love, and they asked him, like, and they got questions about all the bullshit that go on over here that don't go on over there.
What I don't get is that how we got so much land, and we got so much land owned up by people monopolizing it, and they're not doing nothing with that land, and that land can be used for crops, for food, for vegetation, but they're not doing it. And then just like with this cattle, I mean, I know that we talked about this on previous episodes before where the cattle, like, they've been getting all these fires at all these different manufacturers or whatever. But we have all this land. We have the resources, but we're not taking any steps in the United States to make ourselves better at all.
Right.
And Bill Gates has bought up so much goddamn land, it's a shame. And if I could ask one thing from all these black folks that have money, buy land. Like, these bulls would rather buy a chain than buy some land. Like, gold is one thing. But diamonds, like, what's the fucking point? Go buy some land. Go buy a business.
Let me ask y'all this. Y'all think Bill Gates eat McDonald's?
Hell
no. He don't eat that shit.
Nah?
No.
Hell.
Do you think any of them big time people eat them McDonald's?
Nah.
Probably maybe a few that might have grew up on this shit, but back then, in the 80s and 90s, it was different because the shit wasn't as contaminated as it is now.
And I'm pretty sure all those people that are up there, they're hip on what to eat and what not to touch out of consumer products to be bought from the store. So I think, but we definitely setting ourselves up. We're definitely killing ourselves off of this food that they're giving us here in the States and shit.
Right.
I don't even trust the meat no more. I don't. Pause.
Yeah, pause. I mean, but can you trust any of it, though?
No. Because, like, look. Wait. Ground beef. A lot of y'all think it's cow. A lot. But go look it up. It's not cow. A lot of that shit is bull. It comes from the male counterpart.
What's the difference? Still.
I mean, that they could get away with it because they could just ground it up. I know, but why we gotta keep eating the female side of everything? We eat chickens, not hens.
Do you eat females?
What else you got, bro? What else you got?
You see this reaction?
He got him on that one. So what's your thoughts, people? Are they trying to intentionally kill us with the food that they're feeding us in America? What's your thoughts? Keep it a C note with us. Before we get out of here, let's do NBA real quick. Southwest Division. We didn't do it last week. Let's go to Houston Rockets. Who's the greatest 3 Houston Rockets players ever? Keep it a C note. I set it off. Number 3, I got Harden. James Harden is my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2, Moses Malone. At number 1, The Dream.
Hold on, let's give a shout out to this boy. He got his hat on, even though it's a dumbass hat.
Same list.
Yeah, now shout out to that. They getting focused.
Harden, Moses, and Hakeem the Dream.
Okay, so
he got his thinking cap on today, people.
Okay, let's go. Let's go San Antonio. Who's the greatest 3 Spurs ever?
Boy,
Keep it
you
a
on the
C-note.
roll. Keep it going. Let's see what you got.
Number 3, I got the Iceman, George Gervin. Number 2, David Robinson.
Yeah,
Number 1, Tim Madden.
Yeah, let's get another
Hey,
shot.
let's get it, man.
Yo,
These
same
guys
list.
is focused.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, people? Greatest 3 San Antonio Spurs players ever. Keep it a C-note. Let's go New Orleans Hornets / Pelicans. Keep it a C-note. Who y'all got? Y'all want me to keep going?
Keep going, bro.
Number 3, I got David West.
No, that's what you
Look,
lost.
I lost y'all. Number 2, I got Anthony Davis.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, I got Chris Paul.
Okay. I got Anthony Davis, Zion, and then Chris Paul at 1.
Zion. Call him over.
I'm a fan of Zion, but we're not gonna do that. My number 3 is Anthony Davis. My number 2 is Chris Paul. My number 1, Baron Davis.
He's so great. They gave
Baron
him
Davis.
I'm mixing up the Pels and what's the name?
Zion so
He
great.
played for
got a
them.
crazy
He ain't
contract
played long
without
enough,
even
though.
being
That's
playing.
why I ain't put him on my
I'm-
list. Baron
I'm-
Davis ain't played long enough.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna keep him on there.
Okay, shout out to that.
And Zion, like I was saying, got a crazy contract without even playing that much.
Yeah, I know. And we ain't got to ask that questions. We know he eat that McDonald's.
But he got back in shape.
Yeah, I know, but we know he eat McDonald's, though. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying. I
true.
just asked people that was like high up there. But he got that money now. He probably won't eat McDonald's no more. He probably going to be hip. If it's like y'all say.
He's number 1 pick. He had money for the gate.
Ain't no doubt. Top 3 New Orleans Hornets / Pelicans people who you got. Let's go Dallas Mavericks. Who's the greatest 3 Mavericks of all time? I broke the trend, man.
I got it. My number 3, I got Luka. Only because he ain't been in the league that long.
Call him Oouuber.
You tripping. My number 2, Mark McGuire. My number 1, Dirk.
Okay, shout out to that. Who you got,
I
John?
might need to be called the Uber because
Oh boy, I don't know where my phone at.
Go
Go ahead. Go ahead. Why you might need to be called the
Because
Uber?
my man, he did some damage while he was over there, and I think he's a little underrated. So at my number 3, I'm putting Michael Finley. I'm sorry.
Okay, shout out to
Man,
that.
that-
Michael
It's actually
Finley.
a good pick.
Number 2, Luka. And number 1 is Dirk.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead, bro. Well, why are you shaking your head?
Y'all,
Got that hat
'cause
on.
I don't
Who we
know.
did- who we
Luka
did-
ain't got enough time in the beat.
That's how good he is.
Yeah. come on, bro.
you got?
That's why
Number
he
3, shout out John. I got Finley at 3
Okay.
as well. Number 2, I got Mark Aguirre. Number 1, I got Dirk Nowitzki. What's your thoughts, people? Who's the greatest 3 Mavericks players ever? Keep it a C-note. Let's finish it off. Let's go Memphis. The
All right,
Grizzlies.
I'll start this one off because at number 3, either or don't matter. Gasol or Gasol. At number 2, I got Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Wait. What?
Hey,
You
hey,
lost me.
he
with
got
that.
fancy on
At
this.
number 3, you could go with either one. Paul
The
Gasol
brothers.
or
Oh,
Marc
so
Gasol.
you saying both of them.
Gasol, whoever
Okay.
you want to put at number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Okay.
And number 1, Mr. Electric, John Morant.
Call him a
Okay.
Uber.
Who's
I'm
your-
going to go. My number 3, I got Powell. My
Who's
number
gonna say
2, I got
Zebo?
Abdul-Rahim. My number 1, I got Zebo.
Okay, shout out to that. My number 3, I got Conley Jr. He got
Okay.
damn near every record up there, and he
Shout out
was
to
solid.
Conley.
I
like
can't-
him.
I can't get
he's
his-
a,
he
he's a
didn't-
solid point guard.
He
He's
played a lot of
exactly
years,
what you
but
would
he
ask
don't
for.
play a
out of-
lot of time.
He
That
did it over there in
Not
Memphis.
a point
he
guard.
did.
He's perfect. He
He
gives
did.
you
No,
exactly.
he's a solid. He's
He's
not
solid.
the best. He's
My number 2 would be Zebo. My number 1, Mark Gasol.
No, I got Powell over Mark.
Nah, Mark Gasol
Powell
almost.
better than Mark.
Nah.
And Powell took them to the playoffs.
Who? Over there? Mark took
Basically,
them.
no,
Mark.
but Mark
Mark
had way better talent on
Mark
his
was
team.
a defensive player of the year. Powell was
And
never.
he didn't deserve to be defensive player of the year, though.
Call him.
But
over.
Mark
Paul was
Powell
more
took his team to the
offensive-minded
playoffs
than
with
his
way
brother.
less talent in a harder era.
and he never won.
What the fuck Marc Gasol went with them?
What do you mean? And when Paul Gasol, that's when who they had over there when they had Paul Gasol.
Exactly. I can't even name nobody. Marc Gasol had Zebo.
Nah, bro.
Come on, man.
What's your thoughts, people? Top 3 greatest Memphis Grizzlies players ever. Keep the C note with us. Let us know. Say it with your chest. Anything for say it with your chest? Because I got to say it with your chest.
No,
I
you
gotta
go-
say it with your
go ahead.
chest.
Let me see that.
What this?
Let me see both of them. Because I got to vent real quick when it's my
Alright.
turn.
My say it with your chest is I just want to shout somebody out. Shout out to the boy A1 Sauce Money for getting in this boy chest on the debate on Instagram. I want to shout you out. Because too many, I might be the only other motherfucker who get on him like that, who go back and forth with him.
He might be the only other person that lose to me badly, like A1 Sauce Money.
Shout out to A1.
Hey, listen, if you A1 Sauce Money was punch drunk.
A1 Sauce Money was going in though. Y'all went for like 2 or 3 days though.
Yes, but he was punch drunk.
I don't give a fuck what he was. The fact that he just kept coming.
Yes, shout out A1 Sauce Money because he definitely believed in what he believed in. So I always appreciate that. You guys say it with your chest moment, John?
You got one?
My say it with your chest moment. What's the comedian boy name from down south where he'd always be like, he'd be rolling in his grave right now. Was it like B-Dubba or something like that? The boy that'd always be like, that's trash.
Oh, you talking about Bubba Dub?
Bubba Dub. Listen. EA Sports, Madden 23. You got Matthew Stafford ranked as the 10th best quarterback, 85 overall rating. Like he didn't just win the Super Bowl. Like John Madden. What's his name again? Bubba Dub. John Madden is rolling over in his grave right now. Y'all doing Matthew Stafford like that. Y'all is disrespectful.
Yeah, even I agree with that.
I agree
but,
too. That's fucked up.
Listen, I wanted to go all the way in with y'all, right? But then I thought about it like reasonably. I said, this is going to be the motivation right here that is going to get us that second ring in a row.
I don't agree
and
with
I
that.
guarantee, listen, so y'all can come back to this episode. I guarantee you when we two-peat, I guarantee you Matthew Stafford, who just got on IG, go follow him, by the way. If y'all want to see rings and things and not wings and things, you go follow Matthew Stafford. I guarantee you Matthew Stafford will bring that up when we hold the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the season. But John Madden is rolling over in his grave right now. Y'all disrespectful, EA Sports, but thank you for the motivation. Y'all got anything else? Go ahead, hater.
Hold on. I agree with you on the he's too low, and I just want to also add that I feel like my man Deebo Samuels is too low.
And Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
They did Jamar Chase dirty tough. So, you know.
And Jalen Hurts. Go ahead.
I think we're gonna end it on that.
Yeah, we gotta get this boy a Oouuber right now, man. We gotta get this boy a Oouuber. People, we appreciate y'all.
I got.
You got something?
Yeah, I do got something to get off my chest.
Go ahead, say it with your chest.
And it bothers me, and I see there's too much going on nowadays. Why is there such a disconnect between whatever you want to call it, blacks, African Americans, and Africans that come here?
I don't consider myself African American. I'm from America. I'm not from Africa.
So you're American?
I'm American.
So if you feel like Vito, what do you feel is the disconnect between Africans and blacks?
Think about it. If you ask an African motherfucker, they don't.
Yeah, but
they don't think we're Africans.
That's what he's asking though.
That's my point.
There is a disconnect there, and one I think
we're not the
like
same.
I said,
we're just both black.
African American, to be African without knowledge of history, and to be American without privilege. That's what it is to be black in America.
We're not the same, even though we're both black.
No, but at the same time, we are from the same tribe. We are, but we might have got a little watered down because we stepped out of our race schemes and stuff like that. Yeah. But we are actually, if you look back not too long ago, like 300-400 years ago, yes, we did come from that same place.
All right, look at it like this. Blacks from other states, blacks from California are not the same as blacks from Philadelphia. We're all black, but we're not the same
but
type of person.
There's still a more understanding, though, when it comes to like connected with one another. Like,
yeah, but they don't mess with us.
They don't mess with us. And that's what it is. The friction doesn't come from us, black men. We accept everybody. Listen, this coming from the African side.
But and I don't mean to be, I'm going to say this respectfully. Like, sometimes the Africans be a little delusional.
They do.
And what I mean by that is, right, I have a child by somebody that's of African descent, you know, and her father is more so like, he's one of them. He don't like blacks from over here. He said we lazy, we this, that, and the third. But like I try to explain to him, I mean, what I try to explain to her that she needs to explain to him is when your dad came over here, they gave him all type of money to do whatever he wanted. Like blacks from over here, we don't get those privileges.
We don't get nothing.
Y'all come over here, y'all get everything y'all wanted handed to y'all on a platter.
And I know you remember New Jack City when they were Wesley Snipes was talking to the boys like, why the fuck they keep saying the Carters? What the hell is a Carter? It's like, y'all cotton pickers. So, and that's the way that they see us. They see us as cotton pickers. But let us not forget, because during the 1800s, I'm going to do a little history fact. King Leopold II, motherfucker, he made Hitler look like nothing. And this bull is not in any history books really like that.
Who is he?
He's a bull who killed over 15 million Africans during the 1800s. During the 1800s, he died like in the
what is he?
Huh?
What is it? Where? Yeah, what is
he's from like somewhere over there in the Europe.
Is he? What is he though?
Is he white?
Black?
Oh yeah, he's white. He's not definitely not black. But he killed over 15 million Africans. But this is a story that's not told. But at the same time, like we all go through struggles. They called us cotton pickers, but y'all had like Africans. They had so many different countries in their hands on all of our resources. They had to deal with rebels and type of civil wars that they had to deal with. They had to deal with colonialization from the Dutch, from the British, just like the islands and everything. So it's not like they are so perfect. No, they're not perfect.
No, it's not that. I don't even think they perfect. What I think is they come over here, they get all type of money, and they just automatically think that we over here getting that same money or we have the same privilege to the stuff they get. And we don't try to use the resources.
And for the record, I used to work for Avis, the car rental company.
Okay.
And my boss was from Belarus, which is in Russia.
Okay.
And as far as people saying that Black Americans are lazy, he told me that over there they have whatever holidays we have over here, for as far as you're off of work, they have double over there. And in the summer, it's mandatory that they're off for like at least a month. So you can't hit me with that black people being lazy shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Right, but I mean, that be their biggest movie, though, when they come over.
Oh, and as far as colonization, a lot of people don't know, Africa colonized a lot of countries. Italy, Spain, parts of Asia, the whole Middle East. Like, a lot of people don't realize that anything that ain't white, that's some black.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that. And the boy, he's from Belgium, King Leopold II.
Okay.
So that's where he came from, and he's not taught in any history books really like that. You actually have to go look him up. But this boy, like, Hitler killed, 6 million Jews, over 6 million Jews. This boy did over 15 million Africans. And we don't hear about him like that.
What about Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan, he did some damage too. But guess what? He also got a lot of kids too. Y'all gotta look that up. He impregnated a whole
but do you know
lot
what
of
his descent is? Like they say
his
he's
descent
Asian,
is almost everywhere.
But do you know what it's actually an African descent.
Yep. There are Africans out there with chinky eyes that look just like
Listen,
him.
if you go back in history books and look at some of the first Asians, they're dark skinned. With chicky out.
Yeah, and shout out to all people. I have nothing against nobody else. I'm always just for my culture, but shout out to everyone. You're Irish, you're Dutch,
yeah, I agree. Except for Rams
Brazilian,
fans,
you whatever. Shout out to you and your culture.
Shout out to everybody except for Rams fans.
All power to the people, but at the
same
time, you know what I'm here for.
This boy. shout out to our co-host Vito. You're not going to announce it, Vito. I'll announce it for you. Shout out to Vito. He's doing big things. He's been nominated for an award.
Hate of the Year.
Since the show, he was nominated for Hate of the Year.
I knew that.
And he's probably going to win the award. So shout out to Vito. Keeping the C No podcast is making him look legendary. He's looking legendary. So as I sip out of my last shot that he probably spit in, I'm just going to give everybody a shout out again for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. The love is real. Again, if this your first time here, hit the sub button, hit the like button. Start leaving some comments, y'all.
Wait, can I say something? Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah, start leaving comments. Stop with the half-ass support. Seriously, y'all buying some shirts. I need y'all to come by and pick them up. I need y'all to support. I don't go out here buying no Fendi, Gucci, and all that shit. That's not my lane. I support our black folks. So yes, and we need this circle to keep going around.
Hold on.
If y'all have a clothing line or something, post it. Let me see what y'all working with. I'm always down for supporting the black.
Listen, we supporting black company. Deli
Yes.
on.
Yes, I definitely support y'all.
Yeah.
But it takes a continuing cycle for it to go all the way around. Like, support it all.
Hustling hard. Keep
Yeah,
calling
hustle
them.
hard.
Shout out Hustle and Heart. Shout out everybody. So yeah, show us some support, y'all.
Yeah.
Show us some love.
Whether it be positive or negative, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we don't care at all. Please, somebody come grind these guys up. Please, I'm tired of being a bad guy. But we about to wrap this episode up. It's been love. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got.
You got your boy John.
To the left of John, we got.
Mr. Samuels.
Okay, Mr. Samuels is in the building. Please tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep the C note. We'll holla at y'all. Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.